Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking.
Hey y'all, it's Debbie. Nothing better in the fall than something that is a Southern recipe, and Southern cooked green beans is the best. So if you don't have access to fresh green beans, we got a recipe for you. This is taking bacon drippings, and a bunch of seasonings and stuff, and putting it in some canned green beans. And we're going to show you how that's done. But first, I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up the bacon crispy in the microwave, and I'm going to save the drippings. And we can put them on the stove when we open up the beans. So follow along. Hey y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and get all my bacon grease melted. I used what we had from our 6 slices of bacon that I cooked in the microwave, and I just dumped it into our pan here. But then I added another teaspoon of bacon grease, so it'll marry all those flavors together. So once I get this all melted here, then I'm going to go ahead and put in my green beans with the juices from the can. Now what I'm using is the Del Monte fresh cut green beans, and it's gonna be so good. I'm just going to go ahead and start pouring them in here. Now I have the heat on high on the stove just to be able to make sure that we are able to cook off this liquid. So I have 4 cans of, they are the 15 ounce or 14.5 ounce of green beans. Now this is, you can use fresh green beans if you want to, but we are using this because there's a lot of people in certain areas that don't have access to fresh veggies like this at this time of the year, and this is the fall season, so you may not have fresh cut green beans from the garden. So I have a half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and I also have 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm just going to mix these together here and let these start to come to a boil. I'm going to get this to the point of where it is, where it starts to boil off all the liquid and everything. So we're going to cook this for a little bit, and then once it's done, then I'll go ahead and add our bits of bacon back in. Oh, it smells so good in here, guys. That bacon just makes everything. Hey y'all, so it's at a rolling boil now, so I'm just gonna let this continue to cook about 20-30 minutes so we can get rid of most of the liquid. I'm going to leave some of the liquid in here just to keep the beans moist, and then I'll add back in my bacon. My seasonings are pretty well on point. We have a lot of the salt from the bacon grease and all of that, so I didn't want to overpower with too much salt. So right now we're at a good place. I'm just going to let it continue to boil off majority of the liquid here, and then we'll add in the bacon grease, and we'll leave a little bit here in the pot. So all right, we'll see you at our next check-in, which will be when we add. We're at the point now to where we have reduced our liquid probably by a half now. So I'm just going to go ahead and just dump in my bacon, mix it together. And I'm actually going to turn my heat down to probably about medium heat. Just let this continue to marry the flavors for about another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll be ready to eat. All right, guys, we'll see you in our next video. Have a blessed one.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.